Hi there, welcome back to Pretty Much Flawless. You might have noticed something a little bit new about my setup. Ta-da! So today we are going to be comparing using a foam for organizing your drawer to using the Gridfinity 3D printed storage system for organizing a drawer. So let's get into it. Alright, so here are the two drawers. So the one, I plan to use a sheet of foam, and then I'll just put my tools on that and cut it out. And the other one, I plan to use the Gridfinity 3D printed storage system. So we'll be seeing how long each method takes to make, and we'll also be seeing how well it looks at the end and how easy it is to change a tool from one location to the drawer to another. So we'll start with the Gridfinity drawer first. So the first thing we'll do is we'll take some measurements of the drawer and just find out how many Gridfinity squares we can fit into the drawer, and then we'll print them up. Alright, so I have all the grids printed up here. So I didn't opt to make grids all the way to the back of the drawer since I wanted to store some boxes here, but this looks pretty good. So there are 6 different individual grids here. So I plan to hot glue them together, and then I'll hot glue them down to the base too. That won't be the prettiest thing, and it won't be the most permanent either, but it should still hold everything down. So we'll do that. Alright, so they're all glued and all glued down, so that's good. That's very good. So now what we can do is we can start laying out everything exactly how we want it, and then we will design holders to accommodate that. So, alright, so I have everything laid out how I want it. So what I'll do, they'll just make custom holders for these different objects then. So I'll take some measurements, and then we'll go into Tinkercad and design everything up here. Alright, so I have all the Gridfinity stuff printed up now. So now we can just lay it out here. Now we can just throw everything in. Alright, there we go. So that's everything organized in this drawer, and it shouldn't roll around too much. It's pretty good. This desoldering pump holder does allow the pump to slide around a little bit. But other than that, everything gets held in place very well. So here's the drawer that I plan to put foam in, and here's the foam. This is like 1/2 inch thick foam that came with a 100-watt solar panel, just as packaging. So I'm glad I'm able to find another use for it. And it happens to be the perfect width for this drawer, so that's good. And then I'll just have to cut it to depth. So I'll get it all lined up here. All right, so that's good. So now what we'll do is we will lay out the tools. All right, so I have everything laid out exactly how I want it. So what we'll do is we'll just take a pen, since this is white foam, and we'll just trace everything here, and then I'll cut it out with a knife. It would probably be easier to use a hot wire cutter, but since I don't have one of those, I'll just use a knife. So. Alright, so that's all marked. So just as a tip, you want to make a bit of a finger hole so you can reach down, put your finger there, and then pull up on the tool instead of having to try to reach down into the foam. So that's good. So now what we'll do is we'll take this foam sheet out and then we'll cut out everything here. So let's do that. Alright, so I have this completely cut out now. So one drawback of using a knife is you can kind of see there's a lot of burrs here in the foam. A hot wire cutter would probably be better for that. But other than that, let's throw it in and see how it looks. So you can see the edge back here is a little bit curled up. So I'm just going to cut that a bit shorter. And then this should sit in here better. Alright, so that's a little bit shorter. We'll see how it fits. Alright, so that sits in here a little bit better now. That's good. So let's start putting stuff in and see how it looks. So it seems a little bit high right here in the middle. So I think I'm just going to cut it a little bit. There, I just cut it here. So hopefully that should help it rest a bit easier. Alright, there we go. So that's it all cut out and all the tools laid out. It looks very nice. So one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hot glue down these spots that are sticking up, just because any things are going to slide underneath them if I don't. So other than that, it looks really nice. Like, I can just grab a tool, use it, put it back. That's really nice. Alright, that's good. So let's try closing and opening this drawer, see if we can knock anything out. Alright, everything still looks in exactly the same place. That's good. Very good. So that's this drawer done. Good. Alright, so comparing the two drawers, we'll start with the foam drawer first. So first of all, the foam is cheap, which is good. I got my foam for free, came with packaging for something, so that's good. And it's also relatively quick to make, so it took me about an hour to lay down all the tools, trace them, cut them out, and then put everything back together. So that's not too long, which is good. Some disadvantages is you can't really move a tool from one part of the foam to another part of the foam because you already have that tool shape cut out on another section of the foam. So that's a bit of a disadvantage. But if you have your layout tuned how you want it, then it should be good. So going over to the Gridfinity drawer, so the pros for it is you can reorganize it however you want. You can just pop one of the Gridfinity things out and just move it wherever on the grid. So that's good. And it also keeps everything very organized. I really like the colors, like the contrast between the black and the red that I have in this drawer. That's good. Some disadvantages is that it took 14 hours to print everything here. So it took me about 40 minutes to design everything, and it took 14 hours to print everything in the drawer. So that did take quite a while. It also took 270 grams of filament, and at 2 cents a gram, that's around $5.40. So, and this drawer's not even full. There's quite a bit of open space left on the grid. So it would cost more if I were to do any more there. So I hope you enjoyed this comparison between foam and Gridfinity. Thanks for watching this video today. Hope you learned something. If you did, please subscribe. That would really help my channel. And I'll see you next time.